Welcome to another edition of Survival Mode, where we give entrepreneurs a step-by-step roadmap to starting their own business. I'm Bert Robinson.
I'm Kevin Beers.
I'm Michael Grant Jr.
You can reach us by email at hello@survivalmode.live or check out our website at www.survivalmode.live. Let's get to it. Welcome back to another edition of Survival Mode. We are in step number 7. This is getting a little tricky for me. It's time right now. In step number 7, we're going to create the content for your target market. Wait. Michael, Kevin, wait a minute. We have talked from step number 1 until now. We've always been talking about creating content. So now you're telling me I'm going to create the content for my target market now? Or have we been already creating that content? Michael, have we?
Absolutely, we have. Now,
How?
okay, so understand this. We have been gathering and creating content organically. So when we're saying that it's time to create content, that doesn't mean that we start from scratch. That means we need to look at what we have already gathered, what we have already created, and identify how can we now get this information, package this information, and how can we use this information to connect with our target market.
You said the right word right there, to package it. Excellent. The right word. Kevin, I've got this. We're putting together this package, Kevin. What are we going to do with this package?
Well, this package is, I think Michael did use the word, to connect with our target market. So basically, we've been talking about we're creating content. We're creating the assets for the content. The actual content we put in front of the people we're trying to reach and the people we're trying to serve. This is we're taking all that information, all those assets that we created, and we're boiling it down into something that is presentable to them. So when we talk about creating content, it's not creating, like Michael said, not creating from scratch. We're taking everything we have, and now we're going to boil it down into essentially a package that we can put in front of those people we want to reach, so that they look at it, they relate to it, they connect with it, and they become curious about what we're doing. Our doors are still not open, but now we're building that package so that when they hear it, it's like, oh, that's something I want to check out, and then to bring them in later on.
Now, Michael and Kevin, thank you so much. And Michael, thank you, because I'm going to be on the side of the entrepreneur. Okay, we're going to take this a different level here. I'm the entrepreneur, and I've listened to all of your steps. I've listened to your steps. I'm enjoying your steps, guys. But help me out. How am I going to get, Michael? How am I going to get the content from my organizational structure? How am I going to get content from my operational structure? Can you help me out, sir? I'm just so confused. Help me.
Absolutely. Well, guess what? That's why we created Survival Mode, to help people out. All right. So to address it directly, when you identify the facts, when you identify knowing why you're doing what you're doing, for instance, a fact is I'm offering this product, and in this product, it's organic, it's created from recycled material, etc. Now you can, in your campaign, you can say, hey, we're a green organization. We are an organization that supports the community and supports the earth. Whatever you're doing, your job is to milk or extract the value. I see you smiling. Extract that value, and you can find value in everything you're doing, from the organizational structure, how you're built, how you're structured, your vision, your mission, your ideology. That's content in itself, telling people why you created the business, sharing your heart. That's a great way to connect with your audience. So all that stuff is amazing content. People just have to dig and sort through all that stuff and then put something together.
Wow. Okay. Now I'm starting to understand a little bit. So all these steps that we have to do is going to put us in a better position to gather the information to get to this point.
100%.
All right, Kevin. You, Kevin, is this a lot of work?
Yeah. Everything about building a business is a lot of work. It just is. However, the rewards are so great. One I've seen entrepreneurs who quit before they get their doors open because there's a lot of work. And that's
Yeah.
just the wrong way to go. Yes, it's a lot of work, but you reap certain benefits. If nothing else, the person you become through this process, you are. My wife refers to me as her second husband because I'm no longer the person I used to be. So yeah, it's a running joke we have here at home.
That's awesome.
But it's fantastic, Kevin. It is because once you become you are changing yourself because you're growing.
Exactly. Because I went through the process, and you got to
Exactly.
go through the process. Okay.
I stress it.
Yeah, just break for one moment. You can reach us by sending us an email at hello@survivalmode.live or visit the website. Lots of great content there at www.survivalmode.live. Now, back to answering that question. I wanted to add something. When I made a reference to this on one of the previous episodes, but basically, when we talk about our operational structure, because you asked about that, and the organizational structure. So the organizational structure is like we make food. Okay, so we're a restaurant. And I don't know. I must be hungry today because I keep going back to restaurants. We make food, but in the organizational structure, or I'm sorry, the operational structure, we say we make food the way your mother made it. And that's the piece that will connect. Now, we make food connects with people that are hungry. We make food like your mother made, that connects. There's something deep in everybody. Now, hopefully your mother was a good cook, otherwise it may not resonate. But even if she wasn't, people still connect to it, knowing what you mean by that.
Right.
So the way you say it, you can say, yeah, we make food. Okay, a lot of people make food, but we make food the way, or the way grandma did. Actually, if you talk about donuts and my grandma, I am there.
So basically, and this is we're creating that content based on a lot of things that we have done in the steps prior. And it basically because you're talking about the food and it's a restaurant. I'm hungry too, Kevin. We are creating that content that's compelling based upon the area of expertise and the area of interest. So if you like mom's cooking, we're creating that content because what? Because you like mom's cooking.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And it works out. I ask these questions and, I'm going back and forth because the creativity that you have and that you leverage from Kevin, or you leverage from Michael, or you leverage from me, or you actually leverage from yourself can help build your business because we're bouncing off ideas that is going to help your business. And we see an idea, that might work better for you. Not every idea is going to work for everybody.
Right.
Okay.
I want to add one thing there, Bert. When I talked about the organizational and the operational structure, because that actually we had discussed that it's a little harder to figure out how that really works.
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about your vision will connect with people somewhere, somehow it will connect. Why? Let's just go back to the restaurant idea. Why are you creating this restaurant? Now, if if your vision is nothing more than I want to make money, that's not going to connect with anybody because now it just sounds like, yeah, come in, eat my food because I want your money. But and we talk about that in the first 4 episodes, what your vision really is. When you tell people what that vision, why you're building this restaurant, a lot of people go into building a restaurant not just because they cook, but because they came from a family that valued eating around the table or sharing really good food or something on those lines. And when you tell your target market that connects with them. Maybe they didn't have a family that had all that great food, but maybe they did. It may connect with either one, depending on how you say it. And this is, I don't know if this is the right segment for it, but we might test out those two different ideas at the same time. One going toward the people who didn't grow up with good food, and another going after the group that did.
Kevin, that's not the step yet, but okay, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, listen, Michael, would you agree that this will ensure that we connect with the right audience or the right clientele or the right target market by doing these things?
I absolutely agree. And I want to add to that. Each we're everything that we're doing is in chronological order. So everything is built upon something else. So when we're right now we're talking about it's time to create the content for a target market. Okay, well, you know what? We can create the content because now we know how to package it because we know who the people are. We know how they think. We know where they are. We know how they operate. So all this information, this data that we've gathered, now we can use it to our advantage. But we have to use it so that it can be to our advantage.
One of the last things I'm going to say is we need to create content, making it relative to your target audience while also understanding the platform and how you're going to be communicating that information so it's relevant to reaching them and getting their attention. Now, what I want you to remember that you can reach us by our website at www.survivalmode.live. You can email us at hello@survivalmode.live. All of these things that we're talking about can be tailored to you. It's not every entrepreneur does the same thing. We've got more to talk about in just a few minutes. We're going to be engaging and reviewing responses and results coming up next.